obviously, yeah, like Saturday night, I was kind of going crazy. And my opinion hasn't changed too much. I mean, it's really cool to see how the fans have reacted. It's one of those things where it's like the post fight kind of took a life of its own. Like I didn't even know how much of that was being recorded. And so then they're like, no, everything was recorded. Everything was recorded. It was like, no, we saw that whole exchange. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. Um, but no, I mean, I still feel like I was whooping his ass. I was on my way to finishing him in that round. So I'm still mad because even though, everything kind of ended up working out the way it was supposed to, you know what I mean? It still would have been nice to have another finish on the highlight reel, you know what I mean?
Is a rematch what's next? Are you moving on? Have you even thought about that, or have you talked to the UFC about this at all?
No, I haven't talked to anybody about any future matchmaking. I mean that I was asked if I felt good, if I'd be ready to fight again soon. I told him I would be, you know what I mean? So we'll see if that leads to anything. But now, I mean, I still, and this is kind of like my stance on it. I'm not a picky dude. If they want to pay me to whoop his ass again, like I will for sure. But I'm definitely trying to fight someone in the rankings. You know what I'm saying? Let me get someone with some name recognition.
How hard is it? You train, you go through your camp, you cut all this weight, and then it's like unfinished business, and sometimes it happens, and that happens in a fight. That must just suck though, being on the other end of it.
Now it was just because it was just everything about what I was doing was really getting to him. I mean, even the exchange that led to that, like it was the pressure from how I was walking him down on the feet. He took an awkward lunge out of range. You know what I'm saying? He popped up, hit me in the head, like so he committed a foul right before I fouled him. You know what I'm saying? Um, just because he was out of options, he was just doing goofy things at that point, that moment in time. So it is frustrating, especially knowing how good I was looking, how good I was feeling. But the good news is I'm just gonna be better and look better and feel better next time I'm in the cage. So I get to put on another show. So uh, it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, you can only control what you can control. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just go back to the lab, keep getting better, and get ready for the next person.
After it all played out on during the fight on TV, Bisbing comes back over to you, doesn't realize he's being still being shown. What did he say to you? It seemed like he was favoring your side of things.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what people say, you know what I'm saying? I my memory is all very fuzzy and foggy, so I can't remember exactly what he said, but I mean, as you can see, we weren't disagreeing with each other. So, that's about all I remember out of that exchange, you know what I'm saying?
You say somebody in the rankings. Is there a name there? It's arguably the deepest division in the UFC right now. Is somebody that you're looking at, or you just want somebody that'll get you into that top 15?
Man, dude, I love where I'm at right now because it's like I watch all these guys fights and I see ways that I can beat all these guys. So I mean, no one in particular. I mean, in the post fight, I mentioned Neil Magny, and there's nothing personal with that, but he just seems kind of like the gatekeeper that guys like me got to fight to get into the rankings. So Neil Magny would definitely be someone I would love to fight, but really any of these guys, anybody with the number that I can take, I'm trying to fight.
How about going down? You seem like you're much more comfortable in that welterweight is the division you belong in to stay, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, it is definitely interesting getting older and your body's like changing and whatnot. So, um, for as long as I can make welterweight, and not welterweight, but I do see like deep down the line eventually having to go back up to 85 just because I am getting bigger and stronger. You know what I'm saying? As I'm hitting like my full grown man stage. You know what I'm saying?
How about the nickname change? Now, the Butcher, the reasoning behind the change.
Man, I think it's just appropriate for my demeanor and who I am at this stage in life. You know what I'm saying? Pooh Bear was like a happy-go-lucky single dude that lived in a house with a bunch of his bros. You know what I'm saying? Working and training. just living check to check. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, I've changed as a fighter, but I've changed as like a person. My life. You know what I'm saying? I'm married now. I have two kids. I mean, like I have responsibilities and stuff like that. I'm not as fun and carefree as I used to be. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way life has made me. So I feel like that's reflected in my fighting too. It's not like I'm a happy go lucky story anymore. I'm coming out here and I'm killing these guys. So I felt like it was an appropriate time and an appropriate name to replace Pooh Bear with. I feel like the butcher came in and he killed Pooh Bear. So how it is, you know what I mean?
It's such a transformation with the hair and then and now the name. Last thing for you, is there any parting message, any words for Loosa?
Uh, yo, listen, I hope your eye heals up, brother, and all the best in the future. You know what I'm saying? I hope you can find success, and maybe one day down the line I'll get to whoop your ass again. You know what I mean? But until then, I hope all the best for you, brother.